Good evening, everyone. Happy Sunday post-competition. I know it's been weeks since I recorded a video. Um, Honestly, once it hit 2-3 weeks ago after my last video, I even recorded one and I just didn't get the time. I didn't get the energy. I didn't get a chance to post it. And honestly, I really kind of just needed to bear down and focus on finishing. There was a lot going on, a lot of personal things, a lot of work things, a lot of just everything that normal things in everyday life, but the stress and anxiety of a show coming up made everything like go through the roof. So my stress has been really bad lately, and I crashed into bed last night after the show was over. Um, After my shower, after I ate a little something, drank a ton of water, took some Tylenol, and passed out with the TV on in my hotel room. And I woke up this morning and it was like, what do I do with myself? A little bit. But yeah, I definitely wanted to record a video because I've been thinking so much, just reflecting on my journey, reflecting after throughout the entirety of yesterday, and the rest of the weekend is going to be about reflection and do a lot of writing and planning, researching, and mapping out my off season. I'm so motivated. I'm so motivated. I didn't place. I didn't get call outs at all. The judges didn't even look twice at me more than they had to. And that's fine. Losing about 50 pounds total since this time last year. About 35, 40 pounds total since the middle of June. And I was unsure about the muscle mass that was laying underneath all of that. I was unsure how lean I would be able to get myself. I was unsure just across the board how I was going to come out on show day. I had absolutely no idea. I knew I had potential. I know I have potential, but I knew this show was not going to be, deep down, I knew this show wasn't going to be anything more than exposure for my name, exposure for my look, getting my pictures out there. Even though I didn't pay for pictures, they're not mine personally. I might be able to dig up a couple on the internet. But it was about getting feedback from the judges and having a foundation to build upon for next season and for the future. And curiously enough, after it's all said and done, looking at it, I don't know if I want to do bikini again. I might want to transition and just go right back to figure. Figure's where I started in 2012, and figure's what I loved. I really, really loved it. I like I like the posing. I like the attitude. I love the build of the figure girls. I love the look that they present. I really like that category just across the board. Bikini was a lot of fun. It's certainly a very pretty category. The bodies of these girls were absolutely incredible. I literally look at some of them and I'm like, how are you built like that? You're so little, and then it's just a butt, or you're so little, and they're fascinating. The amount of work that these girls and the guys put into their bodies, it was such a cool thing to see. And having competed only in natural shows in the past, only in like smaller organizations back east, coming to a West Coast NPC show, and one that is as huge as the San Francisco Championships, whole different ball game. Whole different ball game. And again, I kind of knew it was going to be that way. Like, nothing about yesterday should have surprised me. I say should have because even though deep down I will know something, the actual like encountering it, reality of it always kind of sends me for a little bit of a loop. I think because I'm a very hopeful person, wishful thinker and all that. I also just like to keep a little bit of faith that hey, something really cool could come out of this. Um, and something really cool did come out of it. Really did. I'm not going to share some of the more personal things that came out of yesterday, but I don't know, it's just such a interesting thing to try to describe because I loved it. I loved it. I wouldn't trade a second on that stage. None. Even after prejudging. The show started at 10 a.m. I didn't walk on and off stage until 4. It was a very long morning. Very, very, very long. Very aggravating. Very fun here and there. But I didn't walk out there until 4. And by the time I was done at 4 and I didn't even get call outs, I sat in the back and I just sat there. Everybody was gone. Everybody who had done their prejudging and been done for hours, they were off eating their meals and doing their thing. And it was kind of just me and a handful of other people who had come early for the night show, which started at 6, by the way. I cried. I wish I had taken a picture of the teardrops. They, one of the figure ladies came up and gave me a big, 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 big hug. And as I'm like crying and snotting all over her sleeve, a couple of drops like rolled down and hit my leg, and I'm like, oh no, my tan, no. And she laughed, and sure enough, we looked down and there's these big splatter marks all over my leg where I had completely screwed up my tan. And that just made me cry a little harder for a second. And she's like, don't worry, we'll get your tan fixed up. She's like, you need to eat something, you need to drink. And I'm like, I just want to drink water. I was pathetic. It was pathetic. But you know, you win some, you lose some, and regardless if I'm involved, there's going to be tears, there's going to be laughter, there's going to be silliness, there's going to be tripping, there's going to be 5 billion things that go wrong, but there's going to be a handful of really, really cool things that go right. And sitting in the locker room and listening to the conversation between that lady that hugged me and then another one, listening to them was really, really cool. They were very special people. And just listening to their conversation and listening to them, they had just met each other. Just met. Walking past each other. Someone had said, one of them had said something and the other was like, hey, me too. Soon enough, they sat down and they started talking about, I'm getting emotional just thinking about it, about their faith, about their kids. They were in the master's category, so they were a little bit older, 30, 40 years old. About their kids, both of them single moms. One of them is, she works in ministry, traveling to women's correctional facilities, and she travels around the world ministering to people. Listening to them tell stories and share stories about what it's like to be single parents, what it's like to have a passion for this industry and what they do, training and dieting, 4:30 in the morning, fasted cardio, balancing kids, balancing broken hearts, failed marriages, failed relationships, the wrong guy over and over. And both of them have such strong faiths that it just blew my mind. It blew my mind. And at one point I got up to go and grab a rice cake and a bottle of water, and they looked at me and they were just like, oh, we must be driving you crazy. Young thing like you know, we must be driving you crazy with our talk. And I'm just like, no, not at all. It's actually really good to listen to. And one of them got up and she gave me a CD, which I have in the bottom of my bag. And she's like, my email address is on the back. And when I started crying later, just overwhelmed by everything that had happened, overwhelmed by the personal things that were going on yesterday as well, and looking at the future, I just got to me a little bit, and she gave me a huge hug, and she just urged me to email her. And she's like, I was just in your area, you know, last weekend. She's like, I can come down. She's like, we will talk. Just tell me who you are in your email. Let me know that we spoke here, and we will talk. And, you know, you can share things about your faith. She's like, I will do my best. And if I got absolutely nothing else, even if I never wanted to step on stage ever again, I hated yesterday. If I got told by the judges, which I still might, I haven't gotten my feedback yet, I have to email them today and see, hopefully I get it this week. Even if I get told by the judges, never compete ever again, we hated you, you're not built for this industry, blah blah blah, whatever, anything anybody could say. Sitting in that locker room yesterday afternoon, I don't want to say I'm a very religious person, but I am. What my upbringing was founded on, it's what my values and everything about me was founded on my faith. So I can look at it and say that if there was nothing else about this past 3 months, 16 weeks, the past year, the past however long, that has been guiding me to step on that stage yesterday and be in that locker room at that time with those two people, out of everything else in this world that could have happened, how planets align, whatever, I was supposed to be there and hear that conversation. I was supposed to get that CD from her. I was supposed to cry. I was supposed to have a breaking point. And it was supposed to be a moment for me to make a decision. And it was beautiful. It was beautiful. That was a very touchy-feely point in this video. I hope I'll try and steer it away from there now. But just the point of me sharing that with you is a reminder that it's not just about that award at the end of the night. It's not just about how good your butt looks in a bikini. It is not just about how good your pictures turn out or what the judges say or the food you're planning on eating post-competition, which was the theme of the day with everybody yesterday. It is about so much more. And I, for a hot minute yesterday, for a lot of yesterday, lost sight of that. And I had periods of time yesterday after prejudging where I was like, I don't even want to go on the night show. I knew we weren't going to go on until really, really late. I was exhausted. I had a headache from lack of water, lack of coffee. I had a splitting headache all day. I ate too many rice cakes through the day and pieces of chocolate here or there. Really bad idea, by the way. Noted for next time. Never doing that again. And my stomach hurt. And this is probably too much information, but since, ladies, you're probably the only ones watching this, I'm just going to go ahead and share. I don't know why. I just feel more comfortable sharing this with girls. Um, when you eat a lot of food, but you're really, really dehydrated, you get really, really backed up. So I wasn't able to go to the bathroom at all from the time I woke up at like 6, and then I had to chug an entire 1.5 liter bottle, Smart Water bottle, and then some, plus the sips that I had had all day, plus the Diet Coke that I had had, plus a little bit of coffee. I had to drink so much to be able to get myself to go to the bathroom last night. So my stomach was cramping, and that wasn't until midnight when I got out of the show. 6 in the morning until midnight. So my stomach hurt really, really bad. I was cramping. I could barely stand up straight. My head hurt. My hair was a wreck. My makeup was streaming down my face and was super uncomfortable. And I just didn't want to go on stage again. I didn't. Part embarrassment, but that was less the reason. I was just tired and cranky and wanted to go to bed, damn it. That was what it was. But I had a couple other girls there, fabulous girls, fantastic, such sweethearts. We follow each other on Instagram. I went to a posing class with them. We got each other through. You know, I went to this show completely by myself. I was there by myself. Nobody came to see me. Nobody was backstage with me. I wasn't doing this with my best friend or anything like that. But you form friendships. Like instantaneously, girls in the back were like, "Oh my gosh, what's your Instagram? I want to follow you on Instagram. What's your body space? I want to follow you on body space." Instantaneously, we would just whip out our phones and follow each other. Like relationships I will form at these shows, they will last. I am so excited to see these girls progress and do things in this industry and just light this world on fire. Like anybody who does these shows, forget about personalities, forget about individual, myths that anybody might have. Stepping on stage, completing this, like the amount of people I saw having to overcome stage fright, having to overcome headaches and stomach aches and throwing up and not feeling good and bathing suit bikini disasters and tan disasters and the panic, like it's such a high stress, high energy environment. It's beautiful, but it is crazy, crazy, crazy. And for everybody to be able to overcome that, to then step on stage and do your thing for the judges with a big smile on your face as if you belong up there, as if you didn't just have a huge tanning disaster, as if you didn't just have a fight with somebody, as if you didn't just, as if nothing else exists besides you and that head judge. And I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it. Like, it's a fun, exciting, exhilarating, terrifying, fulfilling experience. The music is great. Like I just love it. I love being on stage. I just love it. And I can't wait to do it again. I can't wait to put myself through this again. I am going to make a list today. I am drinking a very large coffee. It's great. I am relaxing in my hotel room still. Considering actually staying another night. This is a really great town, and I really don't feel like going home yet. So that might be a thing for the rest of the day. To find a restaurant somewhere. I'm planning today on doing If It Fits Your Macros, eating what I want, but staying within reason. That's going to be today and probably a little bit of tomorrow, or all of tomorrow. I might not go home and do my meal prep until tomorrow night. Post show, I don't know. I had like Snickers bars, like little ones here and there throughout the day. I had one or two truffles, had some banana chips. Like I really, once I saw my competition and I looked in the mirror and I saw my body fat, like there was nothing yesterday that I could or could not have done that would have really made much of a difference. And I knew that realistically. So I was fairly lenient with myself as far as having peanut butter, having rice cakes. If I was hungry, I ate. If I was grumpy, I ate. Like, why not? Why not? I should have switched that and noted for next time, if you're stressed out, just go get a cup of coffee. Just drink the coffee and be done with it. Go drink some water. That would have been much better. My mood probably would have stayed a whole lot more stable if I had paid better attention and taken better care of myself, had fresh fruits, had fresh vegetables. This hotel room does not have fridge or microwave, so doing a full meal prep and bringing all my foods with me could not have been a thing because it would have gone bad overnight. But I'm definitely going to treat show day just like any other day and eat meals as normal throughout it, because it's really important to keep the stress on your body down, otherwise it freaks out. And I think that's part of what happened yesterday is I didn't have access to my normal meals, didn't have access to my normal water. And one of my goals for all of my shows in the future is to be better prepared for that, to not have to do anything extreme with my diet the week before. I want to peak a week or two ahead of time and then just carry it through. And then if necessary, manipulate my water and my sodium levels just the last 3, 4, 5 days and be done with it. Eat normal meals on Saturday and just treat it like it's a rolling process, because that's really what it is. When it's a lifestyle, it's a rolling process. It's not, oh, this is a show, it's done, I'm going to go binge, take 6 months where I do whatever with my life, and then do 3 months of prep, and then it's one show, boom, bang, done. No. If I want to get my pro card, if I'm serious about this, it needs to be a learning curve. There needs to be a learning process thing. I need to grow from it. So that's one goal. Another, I didn't do anything special with my hair. I have extremely big, naturally curly, very fine hair. It is really difficult to manage, and I didn't feel like fighting with it. I really didn't. So I rolled out of bed and it was curly and it was big and it was not frizzy and it was pretty much exactly the way that I kind of wanted it to look, so I just left it. Bad idea. I feel like I looked messy. It was definitely an attention getter, but I think pairing my hair not looking a certain way or looking finished and more refined and more taken care of, pairing that with my body not being exactly where it needed to be, I think it was easier for me to get passed up because I kind of looked like a hot mess walking from top to bottom. It's not like everything was perfect. Oh, she needs to drop another 3-4% body fat. It was, she's not what we're looking for. Zoom, right past me. So I want to figure out my hair. I need to talk to my hairdresser because I don't know what to do with my hair. Ever. I throw it up in a messy bun and I go with it. Makeup. I love the way my eyes turned out. I hated the makeup that I used on my face. I saw a lot. The majority of the girls actually did not, they blended their face into their tan, but they did not match their tan to the rest of them. So they were not as extremely like dark on their face. I went very, very, very dark and unnatural looking for me, and it was not a good look. So I think I'm going to try I'm going to get, instead of the darkest shade and work my way later, I'm just going to get 1 or 2 shades darker than what I normally wear, and go with that and do a more natural, more pretty look, not something so extreme, not something so dramatic. And since I'm going to be competing in Texas next season for all of my shows except hopefully a national one, I'm going to look and see what the Texas girls are bringing to the table. So if it's super, super natural, I'll go super, super natural. I saw some makeup looks that I really, really liked yesterday. I really admired them. They were beautiful girls, and they did a great job. Both the ones who got their makeup done and the ones who did it themselves. They were gorgeous. Um, so I'm going to do that. As far as makeup goes, loved my suit. If I keep going with bikini, I'm definitely going to keep this suit. Maybe get a colored one as a backup. But I love my black suit. It's gorgeous. So depending on how my body comes in, I might have to get a different pair of bottoms. But right now, suit's fine. I'm gonna get a new pair of shoes for next time. These ones are a little too stretched out, and I kept slipping. Getting the spray tan done was the best thing I could have ever done. Best thing. Not wasting my time with the, worrying, is someone coming with me, is someone not coming with me, I don't have someone to do my tan, I don't have someone to touch, I don't have like a personal assistant there. It was really nice to just pay and have, okay, when am I going to my tan touch-ups? They're doing everybody from 5 to 8. Be there at some point between that time. They looked at your card. They're like, okay, we're going to touch you up. What boo-boos do you have? At the end, before the night show, I showed them the spots on my legs from where I'd cried. They buffed them out. You go get oiled, sprayed down. They did your bikini bite. Everything, boom, bang, done. Super easy. Just be here at this time. We'll get you taken care of. They did an amazing job. It was maximum tanning out near San Francisco. If you're ever in the area and you need a spray tan or you're competing, highly recommend their services. Highly, highly, highly. They were great. The people were nice, and having to fight with every single competitor that they did, hundreds of people. I was number 371 out of like 388, I think was the last number. That's almost 400 competitors, the majority of which they tanned. They kept their patience, they kept their cool, they were pleasant, they were amazing, they were on point. So if any of them ever see this video, huge props, huge shout out. You made the experience a lot smoother for everybody, and I didn't hear one single person who got a tan from you complain about it. Everybody said it was a great job. So tan, stage walk, man, being out on stage is so different. It's so different from doing it on your own. So different from the gym. It's so different from a posing class. You need to just do it. And I'm really glad that I did novice and open, because you need to practice. You need to get out there and just do it in front of the judges on a real stage, whatever material that stage happens to be, wherever the little X's are. You need to go out there and practice making eye contact. You need to practice with the lights screaming in your face, with all of the people out there that you don't know, with really loud music that may not be the best beat for walking screaming in your ear. You know, where to go, how to keep a smile when you trip. It's an experience you need to do over and over and over and over again. Some people nail it on the first time. Kudos to you guys. Kudos. It's incredible if you can do that. The girl who won overall figure, it was her first show ever. I give her so much credit. Like, she looked gorgeous. Her suit was, everything was perfection. Her posing was on point. Everything was absolutely incredible. And for it being her first show, that is mind-blowing to me. Now getting back on stage, especially on the NPC stage, which is brand new, I have a whole new appreciation for the sport, whole new respect for these competitors, all the way from bodybuilding, physique, fitness, figure, all the way down to us bikini girls, whole new respect for it. Um, because now looking at, I've critiqued everything else about myself. Um, my body, what will I change? What needs to happen? I need to be smaller for bikini. Like that needs to happen. I have got I have a lot of mass in my legs, and it is not, at least not these judges, not what they are looking for. They're looking, the overall theme that seemed to be going with this show was they like petite build, which I'm not. Petite build, small bone structure, I'm not. Hips, I got hips, but teeny tiny waist, very, very tapered out to hips and full glutes, and then tapering back down again to very slender legs. That was what they were looking for. As far as the boobs are concerned, I don't know. Some of them had natural, some of them had fake. They really, you're not judging based off of that. The one good thing I will say about having breast enhancement is that it does make your waist look slimmer. It does make, the transition, the hourglass shape, it kind of makes it go a little more va va boom. So it does enhance for what I saw, but um, it's not a route I'm ever willing to take. I don't really want to do that. But everybody just looked so stunning. It was a really competitive class. It was really hard decisions to make. I don't envy the judges. But so I really am reflecting right now whether or not I want to do bikini or move to figure in the future. It's because I have so much muscle mass and I put it on so easily that I wonder if continuing to lean down is going to, I don't know if I really want to cut the muscle mass to be able to fit the form for bikini. And I know every show is different. I know every judging criteria is different, and I'm gonna probably have to stick with bikini and trying to make improvements on my body for a year or two and continuously get feedback from the judges before I can make an executive decision to be like, yes, I need to move to figure. I'd be happy if I did. Again, I love figure, but looking at just all of the work that I need to do, the first show that I want to do is in the end of March. The end of March is the kickoff for the Texas season. So I would like to be at that show. I am taking my training and everything in 3-month blocks of time. 3-month blocks of time and pictures, evaluations, training styles, dieting. And at the end of every 3-month peak of time, I'm going to do a mock peak week and play with it. Or I might do a peak every 6 weeks and just see, play with it, play with my fat levels, play with my carb levels. Just to learn about my body. But again, like I had said previously, my end goal is to not have to do anything with my food. So that peak week test would really be more sodium and water levels are really what I'm evaluating. And then just kind of a change up to my diet so that it's more a shock-ish to my system to do play with water, play with sodium, maybe mess with the food a little bit, eat a little more carbs, a little less fat, or vice versa, and then end that with an awesome day or two of eating if it fits your macros. Like I'm planning on going to IHOP and getting a huge omelet smothered in vegetables, and I'm gonna have sushi today. last night everybody was talking about what they were going to eat, and honestly, I got to the grocery store and I was wandering around, and wait for it, I couldn't decide between which salad I wanted. So I got this one, and they were two for $4. So apple and walnut salad with chicken, and I threw out the package. The one I ate last night was a Thai chicken salad, and it was delicious. I sat there munching on my salad, drinking my huge bottle of water, and being like, oh my god, I'm corrupted. Everyone out is eating, drinking wine and eating burgers and fries, and all I wanted was a salad with all of everything on top of it. Fatty dressing, chicken, walnuts, apple, the little Asian crispy chip thingies that I love. I just wanted to be able to have a salad. And I got my salad, and I have my lunch for today, wherever I end up. I'm going to keep this with me because I'm just kind of wandering through California today. I want to stop and talk to a hairdresser. I want to stop and talk to a makeup artist. I want to go hunting for gym clothes. I want to find a Plato's Closet and get a couple more nice things. Still, I'm in the predicament with like 5 shirts that fit me. But yeah, I've got so much work to do. It's ridiculous. I want to make a game plan. I want to look at my diet. I want to look at my training, research more training. Realistically, do some hard thinking about figure bikini and whether or not I really want to put the next year or 8 months worth of effort into slimming down and all that, or if I want to keep building. It's going in 2 opposite directions because I'm right on that line. It's going in 2 opposite directions. So I think the training is going to be fairly similar. Talking to one of the figure ladies yesterday, she was telling me, look, if you want to build up to go to figure, you're going to have to keep doing that steady state cardio. You're going to have to keep doing things to keep your lean muscle mass growing and your fatty self not growing, because you're going to have to eat. And you're going to have to eat a lot. And then looking at, on the flip side, bikini, and she also lifting heavy, of course, growing your back, lots of pull-ups. She gave me a whole long list of things. On the flip side, with bikini, I just need to get smaller across the board. So that's lots of superset cycle circuit training that I've been doing. It's a lot of cardio, but mostly it's the difference in diet. It's the calorie deficit I'm gonna have to be at in order to grow for figure. My macros would need to be insane, and I would need to be up at like 21 or 2200 calories a day, which is a lot for me. I've been at 1250 or 1300 the past 3 months, give or take. It tapered down. I started at 1600, but it tapered down. And for bikini, talking to some people and looking at my numbers realistically, looking at my moods realistically, and what's just realistic for my life every day for functioning purposes. If I want to maintain and improve for bikini for next year, 16, 17 is about what I'm going to need to stay at. Maybe even lower some days, a little higher some days, but for the most part it's going to be in that window, which is not that restrictive to me after what I've done the past 3 months. Definitely going to slow my weight loss down, but there's just decisions to make, research to do, shows to do, and focus to maintain. So I'm not sweating the fact that I didn't place at all yesterday. I didn't do well. Not what it's about. Learning the experience, making a 40-minute video and updating you guys on where I'm at, and even though you probably didn't get all the way through, some of you just stopped after the first couple minutes, like, come on, tell us how you did. Nah, I don't want to watch 45 minutes of this. That's fine. That's fine. I like to do these videos because it's a really good reflection period for me. It's a really good opportunity for me to get my thoughts out, get my thoughts down, talk myself in a couple of circles, and um, just let my mind go with this training. I really like talking to you guys about it, and I'm super excited to move forward from now on. I'm super excited to keep doing videos, super excited to keep improving those videos. I want to add music, I want to add colors, I want to add sparkles, I want to do makeup videos as I figure out more about makeup. I want to do posing videos as I figure out more about my posing. You know, I want to just keep getting better and building this up. I want to get my website started. I want to email my clients and have you guys email me and talk to you about it and help you guys on your journey, because it's such a rewarding experience. And I'm just so unbelievably blessed to be where I am. I'm so blessed to have had the experience that I have the past 3 months and yesterday, and I'm so excited to keep going forward. So thank you all for your support this entire time. Thank you for your support yesterday, updating on Instagram and Body Space all day long and being there for me through the roller coaster. And thank you for just encouraging me to keep going and saying, you know, the comments that have made me feel the best are, "You've done a great job, you're a winner in my book, and I can't wait to see you keep going." That is what is encouraging to me, because in 2012 I got off stage and I was done. And I never ever want to feel that ever again, because I'm not done. This is just the beginning, and I'm going to kick complete butt next season, and I can't wait. So I'm going to go to IHOP and eat my breakfast and plan out the rest of my weekend. And I'm really excited to hit the gym hard on Tuesday and keep my life going. God bless all of you. Thank you again for being as wonderful as you all are. And I look forward to the next 3 months of this journey. Happy Sunday.